Alright. Welcome to my little streaming channel. I just bought this game. It's called Call of Juarez Gunslinger. Cheers. Looking forward to try it. Let's have some fun, man. Looking forward to try it. Let's have some fun, man. Looking forward to try it. Så, er vi klare her. Ja, nå vet du, nå har det vært litt bedre. Alright, let's dive in, boys. Try this story mode. I want to start over again. Yes, please. Just tried it a little bit, just to get a feel of it, feel of the game. Now I'm just gonna try one more time. There's a lot of story modes, so pay attention. It's fun. Yeah.
Easy boy.
Easy. It's a little bit old game. It's early 2000.
Don't I know you, sir?
Play a cowboy.
Don't believe so. I haven't been here in many years. Name's Silas Greaves.
Silas Greaves? The bounty hunter?
Used to be.
Ah, well, what are you doing here in Abilene?
Just passing through. Got a little business to take care of.
Well, sir, it would be an honor if you would allow me to buy you a beer.
Hell, son, it would be my honor to drink it.
I'm Molly. Howdy.
I'm Dwight. That's Jack and Steve. Ben's behind the bar. Oh, I bet you got some great stories.
A couple.
Any of them true?
Jack, be nice.
A few.
What about your shootout with Henry Plummer's gang in Bannock, Montana? Is that where you started as a bounty hunter? That's what it says in this here dime novel.
Don't believe everything you read in them dime novels, boy.
Yeah,
First man I hunted was back when I was riding with Billy the Kid.
You knew Billy the Kid?
Damn right. That scrawny son of a bitch had no fear. Wouldn't back down for nobody.
I heard he collected the 10 stars off any crooked lawmen who crossed him.
It was a war, boy. The Lincoln County War. And Billy promised his regulators would take the life of every bastard who helped bushwhack John Tunstall.
Kid had a big chip on his shoulder and a hair-trigger temper. Made him dangerous as hell.
So dangerous, yeah. Once upon a time in Stinking Springs. Alright. Let's go, boys.
It was about 30 years ago. Billy was hiding out in an abandoned farm near Stinking Springs.
You have an awarded experience for collecting nuggets of truth for space. Yeah.
I threw in with the kid because the man I had sworn vengeance on was riding with Billy's enemies.
Quality, man.
But before I tell you why I want that sumbitch dead, let me tell you what happened that day. I was heading back to the hideout when suddenly I had this funny feeling.
Funny, ha-ha?
No, Steve. The other kind of funny.
Dress you. You have one skill point to spend here now. Select any of the 3 skill categories and then purchase its leftmost skill. Gunslinger. Okay, what's a gunslinger? Dual wield revolvers. Grab 2 revolvers and give them hell. When you carry a revolver, you can press wheel up or 3 to dual wield. That'll be actually fun. Okay. Scrapper. Close combat resistance. You can't be bulletproof, but you can be more resistant. On average, every fourth enemy bullet shot from a short weapon will bounce off you. Why would I need that? Special high-powered shells can be used with this gleaming shotgun, giving the user a little extra range necessary for taking out enemies at a distance. Not only can it shoot farther, it doesn't require pinpoint precision to hit what you're aiming at. Okay. What should I take, boys? Or range sharpshooter. Iron sight slows down time. Take your time when aiming. When you aim a long or one-handed weapon, you'll get a fraction of concentration like slowdown. Just enough to aim perfectly. It's not just pretty. It's not just pretty, but an engineering masterpiece and a very deadly firearm. A simplified trigger mechanism and longer barrel provide a faster rate of fire and better handling. Okay, I'm a sniper, so let's do this. The next one, hints about nuggets of truth. Don't miss any important details. Additional sound and hints will lead you to the hidden nuggets. Truth provided you get close enough. This means more experience for you. Yeah, let's see. Look at this. Use. Oh well. Cheers, boys.
You heard Pat. We need to stay here and keep an eye on the road.
That's not fair. We're missing all the fun.
I knew those two morons would never let me through. I had no choice.
This way. Okay. Yeah. Good to know. There we go. Yeah, boys. Just walk right up to it.
Who's that?
Is he with us?
Oh no. Headshot. Headshot. You earn experience by killing enemies. You need it for leveling up and gaining extra abilities.
Was it Pat Garrett's posse?
Oh yeah. I heard the shots and I knew I had to move fast. Garrett and his army of deputies had surrounded the entire homestead.
Jump on them? Up. Nope. Yeah.
Fire at will! Spread out, goddammit!
They're coming from the rear!
I decided to help Billy and the boys out a bit.
Gunning down enemies.
So that's just what I did.
Concentration. Gouge. Press Q. Oh.
As the governor of New Mexico was paying for the kid's apprehension, Garrett was able to hire every gun hand in Lincoln County.
God damn it.
God damn you! I'm done with you.
God damn it. Come on.
Get out
Go.
here! I'll do you myself!
Easy.
You're dead!
Good, yeah. Fuck off, bitch. There you go. More ammo.
Die!
Yeah. Truck.
Time to die!
Are you sure about this? Fuck you at?
I'm putting you down!
Yeah. Fuck that. Hiding behind there.
Watch out!
Headshot.
He's one of them!
God damn it, he's right behind us!
Where the hell's Garrett? Garrett's
Never
men
around
were
when you
running
need
around like a
Come
bunch
on.
of chickens with their
Let's send
heads
these
cut
son
off.
bitches running!
You'll die for this, you hear me?
Will I now? Stop doing that, bro. Okay.
I'm here.
Still, one of them reached the water tower.
You can avoid lethal shots.
Not a bad idea.
Sensor
It would be a turkey shoot from up there.
that is fully charged. Avoid the bullet using A to towards left or D towards right.
You see that?
See another one.
Luckily, these shooters Garrett hired weren't the sharpest tools in the shed.
Sharpish.
The right position is very important.
Yeah.
Personally, I prefer to be on top.
Oh, you do you?
Indeed, darling. But where was I? Oh, yeah.
Love it. So you. Fuck off.
I'm putting you down!
Show yourself, coward.
A lot of them were saddle tramps or sod busters or drunken drifters looking to make a few bucks.
Booga booga. Ah, you dead, bro. Is there anyone else want to try? Come at me, boy. Up. More ammo.
Then, I heard a friendly voice yelling at me from the window. Back door!
We got
We'll
you
cover you!
Watch your flank!
Kick it.
Truth be told, things weren't much better behind the house.
Ah. Headshot.
think we
Long
got
shot.
his dander up.
I cut their numbers in half, but that just made the ones that were left twice as mad. They made up for their lack of skill with a seemingly endless supply of ammo.
Yeah, but what? Bang. Aha. Go. Oh, more ammo.
It was a bit of a slog, but I finally fought my way around the back of the house.
Just checking over a little bit around. See if we can find anything useful. You have some ammo for me? Where'd you go? Roll up. I can't jump up. Ammo. I only got the gun. Oh, a rifle. Yellow.
And like that,
You'll
I was
all be
inside,
dead, you bastards!
none the worse for wear. I passed Dirty Dave.
Deader than a rat in a trap!
Hello, Dirty Dave. Look at his nose. So red.
You think you can kill me too? How about
And
that?
upstairs, I
Huh?
found
You like
Billy
that?
and Charlie Baldry.
And Charlie Baldry.
Billy looked at me and said, "About time, amigo. Grab a gun and get to the window."
Wait, so you were friends with Billy the Kid?
Yeah, sort of.
Someone shoot that!
Anyway, we were surrounded by dozens of deputized shooters who wanted to do us harm.
Billy's worth $500, dead or alive.
I'm telling you, Garrett's men were dropping like flies, but they just kept on
I
coming.
got one! Kill him! Where the hell Garrett get to? He's missing all the action!
That's when Charlie got hit. "They're catching us in a crossfire," shouted Billy. "Get to the other side."
Easy. Ready up.
Where'd he come from?
That was headshot.
God damn you!
I don't know how many of those cocksuckers I personally put down, but it was pretty clear, even to Billy, that maybe discretion was the better part of valor.
What's that mean?
It means that it was time to cut and run. "They got a Gatling," Billy shouted. "Get the horses and bring them round back. I'll draw their attention." He directed that order at me, and I thought, why the hell do I have to do it? But I went anyway. Dumbass that I was back then.
A little bit too far. Press Q to reach. Oh!
Gonna make a run for it! Those poor sons of bitches are done
Many
for!
would have fled in my place. But I had that
Easy.
false sense of invincibility that many young men have. Like Jack here.
What are you saying, old man?
Jack, he's just joshing with you.
Yeah, headshot.
Yeah, he better be.
Mr. Greaves, please continue.
Please, call me Silas, ma'am. Now, where was I?
You were heading for the barn.
Here you go. Yep.
Gonna scalp your ass!
Boing. Nice.
Right. Making my way past a passel of fallen foes.
This sumbitch is pissing me off! Wanna see me do it again?
Might. Might want to do that, bro. I got a new skill. Rifle ammo capacity increase. Carry more of these deadly fire rounds. You receive plus 100 casting. I don't know, man. I'm used to the whole goddamn thing. We go that way. Alright.
Sounds like Garrett hired a whole regiment of hired guns.
Yeah, and just when I thought I was done with them, more of these hapless bastards would pop up.
Shit, stop it. I was looking at this guy, man. God damn. Cozy. Having a good time.
Finally, I had the stables within my reach.
Bye-bye. Chicken.
After the fight, maybe we could treat ourselves to some fried chicken.
Yeah, I'm working on it. Working on the chicken, man. Go. 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 And the fuck still chicken. Is everyone dead? We got one more. And one more. And one more. Can't be hiding. There you go. I saw something. I saw a chicken in here. Give me the chicken. Pop off. Another one. You experience, so why the fuck not? There you go. That's about it. So when's that?
And that's when I met Sheriff Pat Garrett.
I read that you went toe-to-toe with him, sir. That backstabbing bastard with that tacked-on tin star.
Nuggets. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that badass, man. That's a sheriff. That's a proper sheriff. Proud, handsome, ham-handed Pat Garrett. Oh, I think we got ourselves a duel.
You challenged him to a showdown.
Oh, showdown. Okay.
You read that in a dime novel?
It said he showed no fear as he took your measure with eyes like a rattlesnake.
All right. Oh, we got ourselves a duel. Keep your enemy in focus using the mouse. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, you're trying to move. No, no, no. I got you. Right in the head. Pretty little face shot. Come on. Come on. When your opponent reaches for the gun, press left to draw your weapon, aim with the mouse, and shoot again. Or press again with. Okay. So,
And that you killed him in a fair fight.
Is that what that Penny Dreadful said? No, boy.
Yo,
that ain't what I
up?
meant when I said I met Pat Garrett.
What's up? What's up?
So
what's
let
up?
me start again. I finally reached those damn stables.
What happened now? Get the horses. This time for real. Yeah, I got more chickens. Yay. More chicken nuggets.
After the fight, maybe we could treat
Give me that.
ourselves to some fried chicken.
Yeah, fried chicken, boy. Best would be like chicken nuggets. Oh. Oh. Give me that chicken. What's up, Kumi? Guess you're from... No! Oh, that was almost 2-1. What? I get experience, so that's why I'm doing this. Oh! That! That son of a bitch. You got more chickens? Here we go. Oh, we got two. Sneaking up from behind. I think that's all. Yeah. try one more
stepped
time.
inside, and bam!
Bam! Oh,
Last thing I heard was Garrett's voice. That's not Billy.
And go on. How did it end?
And, boy, that was just the beginning.
50% accuracy. Okay. Honorable kill. Yep. Consider changing difficulty? Fuck that. I want to stay at the same pace.
So what happened? Did Garrett arrest you?
Yeah, after I came to, the bastard had clocked me with his Colt.
And the kid surrendered?
When he realized there was no getting out of there alive.
So they locked you up in Lincoln?
Indeed they did. Sentenced me to hang right along with the kid.
Right along with a kid. Alright. A fistful of hot lead. After Stinking Springs, Billy the Kid. Fuck, they changed it. Alright.
It's important to know that I was only riding with Billy so I could find the bastard I was after.
Oh, I'm in jail, man. Fuck. Lincoln jail.
He was with John Kinney's gang, and they were sworn enemies of Billy's regulators.
Hello. Hello.
Why were you after him?
I owed that son of a bitch a bullet for what he had done to me and mine. Instead, all I got for myself was a goddamn death sentence.
Let me out. Let me out.
Luckily, it was right around then that I heard Billy make his move.
Reload your rifle in the blink of an eye. Inserting the cartridge from the bottom of your rifle can cut down the reload time up to 50%. Well, that sounds like a good deal. Yeah, we take it. Fuck it.
He shot Jim Bell and a few other guards as he made his getaway. Later, they wrote that some lady friend planted a pistol for him in the privy. What the papers didn't say is that Billy helped me escape, too.
Okay. Yep. I got the key. Hey.
My first order of business was
here.
finding a firearm.
Let's get out of this bitch.
Luckily, I located Deputy Bob Ollinger's mean-ass shotgun.
Mean-ass shotgun. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. Now that's... Okay, cut him out clean in half.
I saw Billy through the window, and he yelled that I should take to the rooftops to make my escape. So I did.
Anybody see Billy? I think the son of a bitch shot Jim Bell!
Hell yeah. That scattergun was like a double-barreled howitzer. It could blow a man clear off his feet. You hardly had to aim the damn thing. The kid's escape raised a huge ruckus.
I don't get paid enough for this!
Guards were everywhere looking for him.
Can't let the kid get away!
Can't let the kid get away. Whoop.
Oh my God!
Anybody see him?
Use the jobs to escape.
I had to jump from roof to roof like a damn alley cat. I followed the planks where I could, but some of that wood was slippery as hell. The whole town was up in arms. And suddenly, I was a fugitive.
Up, run away.
How the hell did the kid escape? Garrett's gonna kick our ass! I can't have gotten far. Gotta be around here somewhere.
So that bastard you were after, what did he do?
He did me and my family a grievous harm. But I knew if I was ever gonna find him, I would need to get my ever-loving ass out of there.
Make your way through.
I tried to be stealthy and sneak my way past.
We got ammo.
This town doesn't have a moment's peace.
We got ammo, bitches. More chickens. Oh. There. Here you go.
But hell if they weren't all waiting for me. Apparently, some of them thought I was Billy.
You hooligans can go to hell.
Give me that chicken.
We can take him!
Yeah, I'm waiting for you guys.
I think I'm scared.
Currently killing chickens.
Kill him!
Oh! Is that all the chickens? No, one more. Or can I?
Stop
Over
it!
there.
Come out, you yellow bastard!
I like it. That's enough.
Don't let him get away!
See you out there, man. I'm gonna flank you.
I'll flank him! He's in town somewhere!
See, me and the kid shared a certain similarity in build and color.
Oh, shit.
I was just glad I had Deputy Bob's mean-ass shotgun.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I got a shotgun.
We can take him!
Go the other way again.
Kill him!
Oh!
You won't get away with this!
Alright.
Get out here!
Peekaboo!
Put down your weapon!
What? What? Ah! Headshot, bitch. Yeah.
I'm here! Get your headstone!
There's children here.
I got a toilet.
So much lead was whizzing by my head, it was like everyone in Lincoln wanted to put me in the ground.
Kill him!
I knew I needed to find a horse.
Find a horse.
Though I never did have a great fondness for those four-legged grass eaters. Smelly, sweaty, ungrateful beasts. We prize them too high, if you ask me.
Oh! More suckers in here? Not that one.
Leave him to me!
Leave it to who?
Surrender yourself!
Fuck that, bitch.
You can't hide forever!
Of course I can. Ooh.
Give it up!
Oh, damn ears are ringing!
Got you.
You're threatening the lives of innocent people.
And we got more chicken. Where you go? Another chicken. Whoa. Chicken. Whoa. Fucking laughing at me? Go. Guessing we're going up. Up, up, and away. Cheers, everyone. Need that whiskey. Up. Planning was planned, man.
Damn town's going to hell in a handbasket.
Who? Go there? Yep. Alright. Good jump. And up again. I don't think. Oh, down here.
But where was the kid while you were busy getting shot at?
Gone. And that's when it occurred to me why Billy set me free.
Oh, we got a rifle. Do I want to change for the shotgun? I think I have. Since I got speeding, okay. Ow! What the fuck? What?
There he is.
Respect for decency?
So I could be a hapless decoy and draw attention while he snuck out of town. I knew if I made it out of there in one piece, no one would put a price on my head.
Because everybody in Lincoln would be dead?
No, because they all thought I was Billy. And all that blame would fall on him.
We can take her.
Meanwhile, Deputy Bob Ollinger was organizing a posse to put me down. He was already a mean son of a bitch, but he was doubly pissed that I stole his mean-ass shotgun.
When Pat gets back.
Anyway, it was me or them, and the only way forward led me straight to perdition. But the cards were dealt, and I had no choice but to play them.
Killed you by shooting at you at the
I'm
feet.
putting you down. Get the women off the street.
What? That was headshot, man.
Let's do this.
How the hell did he get away?
What'd you like to know, man? Where is everybody?
Don't let him get away.
That's something on the right, right? Oh yeah, it is.
Put down your weapon.
Nope. Fuck.
You're dead.
Is there anyone else? Yeah. Nope. See nothing. right. Hey, buddy. A little bit.
I've got this.
Stop him!
Guess you've had enough.
That's bad. Let's go.
I don't get paid enough for this.
Get paid, man. Right in the ass.
Get out here.
I killed you.
You won't get away with this.
Let's check it out. What's up here?
Give it up!
What?
Had enough?
Up there? That would be nice. But I guess no.
Put down your weapon!
Who's yelling, man? Who the fuck is yelling? Can't see nobody.
Surrender yourself!
Nope. What's the point of going up here? Oh, fire. Fire. Okay. What's going on here? Is that like a
I don't get paid enough for this.
leap over there? Like that?
Come out, you yellow bastard.
I'm a yellow bastard.
You won't get away with this.
See you.
Let's do this.
Headshot. Easy. Whee. You died? You died of that? What the fuck?
I'm impregnable. There he is. Don't let that asshole get away with it. Boy, you are shit out of luck. Show yourself, coward.
Show yourself, coward. I'll kill you.
We can take him!
No, you can't. I'm the best. I'm better than Bill the Kid.
Okay, now you're really pissing me off.
Get the women off the street!
Arm yourselves.
How the hell did he get away? Kill him!
Headshot.
He's hurt now. You can run, but you can't hide forever. I'm here.
We're gonna be in deep shit when Pat gets back!
Easy. Come on. Show yourself, boys. Oh.
You won't get away with this!
Wanna bet?
Leave him to me.
Don't let him get away!
Fucking.
I think he's scared.
Stop him!
Take it.
God damn him.
God damn. Another one bites the dust. I don't want a fucking pistol.
Finally, I found what I was looking for.
What was
The
that?
stables on the edge of town.
I guess Billy saved your ass, taking out Bob Ollinger the way he did.
Billy didn't kill Bob.
Well, sure he did. He dispatched him right after he shot Deputy Bell.
No, sir. Because Bob came right up behind me, angry as hell that Billy had lit out. "Hello, Bob," I said. "I think you better let me go." And he says, "I don't think so, boy. Not with my shotgun." So we stood there in the middle of the street, eyeball to eyeball. He intended to kill me, and I knew I had no choice but to defend myself.
Adjust your hand position using A and D for a faster draw. Alright, alright, alright. Look at his fat belly. Come on. When you hear the heartbeat, you can draw your gun first. This will be noted as a dishonorable act and scored accordingly. Can't have that, boy. Ah, fuck. I'm aiming. I'm using my aim. Fuck. One more time. Suggested now. Stop moving so much.
I killed him in a fair fight. Everybody saw I had no damn choice. Well,
at least I got a kill.
Lincoln got a mite depopulated that day. Pat Garrett gunned down Billy 3 months later, so his escape was all for naught anyway.
Ah, yep.
So where'd you go after Lincoln?
Mexico. Until I realized nobody was looking for me. I ended up taking a job at the Rurales.
The Mexican Rurales?
I was hired to help them track down the cowboys.
Okay.
The most vicious outlaw gang in Cochise County? Curly Bill Brocious? Johnny Ringo?
Led by old man Clanton himself.
They must have paid you a pretty penny to take them hombres on.
Not really. But truth be told, I had my own reasons for going after those boys.
Did you know? A bullet for the old man. Old man Clayton. Yes, sir. Let's have another sip. Cheers. Skål. Yeah. Zdrowia.
So was the bastard you were after now riding with the cowboys?
Roscoe Bob Bryant was his name.
Oh.
Bob Bryant.
But no, this time it was a different bastard I was after.
So
The aforementioned Mr. Ringo. And yes, he was working for old man Clanton. I came upon them robbing a stagecoach, which wasn't surprising, being they were such murderous thieves and bastards. The bandits wore red scarves, so I knew they worked for the old man.
Over there! There! ¿Quién carajo es ese hombre?
I did my best to help those poor passengers.
Yep.
Moments later, the attackers were dead, and I checked the stagecoach to see how many passengers were still breathing. None.
Doesn't look like it.
It was then I wondered if the rocks weren't hiding more bandits. Was that all of them? Or did I just hit the rear guard? I quickly got my answer. They attacked from on high like Apaches often did. They would appear in great numbers from above and rain down lead on their hapless enemies' heads, making use of the high ground and whatever else they had. Yep, the Apaches always appeared out of nowhere, and there never seemed to be an end to them.
Hold on. Were you attacked by Apaches? What happened to the cowboys?
What?
Did I say they were Apaches? I said Clanton's cowboys attacked me Apache style. I was in a pitched battle, but I was holding my own against an overwhelming enemy force. See, at the time, I was still pretty green and would often blunder into regrettable situations. But I just kept shooting at anything I could see up in those damn rocks. I didn't see Ringo, but I knew he was with the cowboys. He and Roscoe Bob had done me a dreadful wrong, and I was determined to have my revenge. But to get to Ringo, I knew I'd have to fight my way past these other assholes first.
He's getting away!
Unfortunately, I was running out of ammo. Another perfect example of my relative inexperience as a hunter of men. I immediately knew that a tactical retreat was called for, as my vengeful fury was much less impressive without the bullets to back it up.
You can't outrun a bullet!
Check and try, boy. Stop running.
Finally, they managed to corner me. Trapped as I was, the odds of my survival seemed pretty slim. Luckily, serendipity was on my side as I suddenly spotted a way out of my predicament.
Woo.
You think I don't see you?
I ran ahead as if the devil himself was after me. Bullets were whizzing by my ears, but I wasn't about to roll over and die.
Where's he gonna run to now?
I just kept running like there was no tomorrow. Because there wouldn't be if Clanton and his men caught up with me. As I was scurrying around those caves, I thought, what was I thinking? Going up against a gang like this.
Yeah, you stupid hombre.
You're done!
I just kept running, not knowing where the hell I was going.
No one will ever find you here!
And that's when something miraculous happened.
What?
Like manna from heaven. I found the desiccated remains of what looked like an Apache warrior. The old weapon next to him supplied me with some much-needed ammunition. Bat Masterson once told me it was more important to be lucky than good, and he would know.
Back?
And imagine my surprise when I found a fistful of dynamite to go along with that ammo.
Select dynamite or press G to fast throw.
That stroke of good fortune evened the odds and bolstered my confidence. It was time to turn the tables. Time for the prey to become the predator. Time for the hunted to become the hunter. Time.
All right, Jesus, we get it. They were right where you wanted them.
That's right, Jack. I was done running. And the old man's boys were not expecting that. No, sir. I came at them like a wildcat. My fury knew no bounds.
I hate fucking running! He'll kill us all!
Yeah, that's my plan, boy.
It was finally time for that old man to pay for his sins.
Guess you've had enough.
What in? Come on. Mean as hell, old man Clanton. Cranky.
I yelled out at the top of my lungs, "Clanton, I'm coming for you!" A little stealth might have made more sense, to be perfectly honest. Because that old fool had a Gatling gun and enough bullets to last him till kingdom come.
Increased by smashing handle. Your bullet with care, smashing reload. Like lock off during the reload sequence to insert your faster pop. Top break reload mechanism. Don't use this skill.
But I knew I could not let that deter me. Not if I was to find and kill Ringo. I needed to get that old man off that gun.
Get over there.
What a piece of crap!
Piece of crap shit.
You one stupid zombie!
You're the stupid son of a bitch. You gotta try,
How
man.
you live this long? Wait, goddamn bullet!
Most everyone thought it was the Ruales who had come up against him in Guadalupe
What I ever
Canyon.
do to you?
But it was just me.
Give him a certain neck!
You got a dynamite now? What? That ain't funny, bro.
Look at you get your belly hot! Don't let that some bitch get away with that! Would you just die? Damn contraption jammed to death! You one stupid zombie! Hey, let's see what you made of, boy! Wait! Goddamn bullet! Do I gotta reload again? What'd I ever do to you?
Fuck! God damn. Ah. One more.
Gonna blow you into next week! These are good men you're killing! I don't know how you live this long.
Boom!
You're one stupid zombie!
And boom!
Why are you so afraid to face me, huh? Wait! Goddamn bullet! What a piece of crap! Would you just die? Show yourself! What'd I ever do to you?
Well. One more.
Oh, gotta reload.
Headshot.
Apparently, one of the cowboys made it out of there alive and told Ike and Billy Clanton that it wasn't a Mexican who took their father's life that day. They just assumed it was one of the Earps, and that little misunderstanding eventually led to that legendary gunfight at the OK Corral.
Yeah, buddy. Oh, accuracy 72, man. Didn't find any of them nuggets though. Fast aiming. Pick your target faster, your speed of aiming. Any weapon will be increased by 30%. I'm going to just keep on going on this one. Yep, continue. God damn. Yeehaw! Gunfight at the sawmill. Up in Tennessee. Or Mount Missouri, maybe.
A few weeks after that dust-up at the OK Corral, I was still after Johnny Ringo.
Iron Springs.
I had tracked him and the cowboys to their hideout at a sawmill, and they were loaded for bear.
I want a rifle first. I wanna like do a stealth mode, but I can't because we don't have like a silencer.
So what exactly did Johnny Ringo do to piss you off?
Well, him and that other bastard.
Roscoe Bob Bryant?
Yep.
Yep.
They both deserve to die, and I promise I'll tell you why. But first I need to tell you about the cowboys' new boss, Curly Bill Brocious.
Herb's coming!
Get ready, boys.
Hello.
God damn you!
Curly Bill took charge of the cowboys upon the old man's demise, and after that gunfight at the OK Corral, the Clantons wanted revenge.
Bigaboo.
Had enough.
I had enough. No, I hadn't had enough, boy.
Kill him!
So they murdered Morgan Earp and grievously wounded his older brother, Virgil.
This sumbitch is loco!
Headshot.
You shoot the son of a bitch!
Wyatt and Doc went on what became known as the Vendetta Ride, hunting those outlaws down.
Come on!
So when I showed up, that's who they thought I was.
For Christ's sake!
Oh, that didn't see you there. Hiding in the bushes.
Can't hide forever!
Can't. And I. Hello. Well. Yeah. Where the fuck am I going? This way? Can't be this way. Guessing this way. Did I get? Checkpoint. Let's see this way. What?
There were killers around every corner, all wearing red bandanas. That's how the cowboys identified each other, and I was beginning to wish I had one myself. But I wasn't about to let Ringo walk away unscathed, and that's what drove me forward.
Yeah, boy.
They say that Ringo was infernally fast.
Like, I need more ammo.
I hardly
boy.
saw anyone faster, boy. Certainly
Yeah,
not
boy.
Wyatt Earp. That man was
boy,
all
there.
hat and no cat.
Yay!
Will somebody kill him?
Earp wasn't much of a match for him, but Doc Holliday might have taken him.
That lunger should have kept his nose out of it. They never charged anyone for the murder of Morgan Earp.
But everybody knew that Curly shot him in the
I
back.
want a shotgun.
That was common knowledge.
The rifle, man.
Yeah, maybe so. But Ringo had nothing to do with it. He was just being loyal to a friend.
Is that what you call it? Being loyal. Well, to get to that loyal friend, I had to pass by some buzzsaws as big as a man.
So, we go in shotgun. Yes. Only have 11. Need all the ammo I can get. What's that? Not a toilet.
Gonna make you a new one. Come here.
Whoa!
Excuse me, sir. I have a question.
What's that, Dwight?
After old man Clanton died,
He was fast, man.
why didn't his son take over the Cowboys?
Because Ike Clanton was dumber than a box of rocks and a yellow belly to boot.
Is there anyone else? No bullets. Alright. Yeah. Checkpoint.
Now, where was I?
Taking down the entire cowboy gang single-handed.
Indeed I was, Jack.
Punch some holes in him.
He'll kill us all!
Though it wasn't easy, as those boys had good cover.
You bastard!
Almost. Fuck you at, boy.
Kill him already!
Over your head!
Dead man! He's wounded! Did he just dodge a damn bullet?
Yeah, I did.
Sorry, son of a bitch! Yeah, you know you can't beat me.
Goddamn shots.
Oh, so you're hiding too now. There he is. Oh, now what? Come out from behind there.
Come back. What?
Boy, you are shit out of luck. You're gonna need a cannon. In for the kill.
Oh, bitch.
Ain't bothered me none. Blame him. Keep shooting. I don't mind.
Piece of shit.
Come on, smoke that sumbitch. Death is too good for him. Can you shoot around corners? There he is. Oh, now what? He has it coming. Now you're in trouble.
There were carts everywhere, piles of lumber, and God knows what else for people to hide
Oh,
behind.
Lord. That was close, man.
That really was one hell of a sawmill.
Hey.
Quite an impressive operation.
Oh, why didn't you use that? Fuck! Fuck me. Yeah, where is that? Give me that. Yeah, give me that rifle. Oh, yes. Love it. And where are we going now? This way? Nope. What about this way? Missing like oh, there we go.
And where was Curly Bill? Did you see him?
I'm about to get to that, Ben. Patience.
Patience is a virtue.
I'm painting a picture here. There was this beautiful waterfall and a crystal clear stream that led to a verdant valley that was truly...
Found a secret.
Consider your picture painted. What happened next?
Well, finally the bastards that were still alive made a last stand.
I got a new skill, man. Yeah, boy. Headhunter, more concentration for headshots. Make some headshots to increase your focus. For each headshot delivered, you will receive 50% more concentration than normally. Or dynamites. I don't want more dynamites. So let's go ahead, headhunter. Inside. This side. Where are we going? All this hiding.
Curly Bill, Johnny Ringo, and his compadres took off into the lumber yard, and I followed after.
Oh yeah, we got a duel. Takes a shot. Shot of whiskey. Okay, I'm down with that. I'm gonna take a shot before we take a shot.
Are you saying they ran? Cowardice was not in Ringo nor Curly Bill's nature.
Found ya.
No, sir. I never said they were running scared. They just wanted me out in the open.
Time to dance with the devil. Just me and you, partner. You working for Wyatt Earp?
What?
Did that sumbitch kill me? Send you to kill me? Got him! You asshole! Come on out, son!
Not your son, boy.
Gonna kill you like I killed Morgan Earp. Let's do this!
Oh,
Kill that murderous cocksucker! You can't hide forever, boy. You're going to the gates of hell!
headshot.
Brocious gave me no choice
Goddamn
but to
right
take
in
his
the head.
life. But Ringo was nowhere to be found.
I knew you didn't kill Ringo, because he was found dead in a different location altogether.
To this day, his killer is still unknown.
Indeed. Took me a few months before I finally tracked his ass to West Turkey Creek Canyon.
Hello, hombre. Next in line. I think we have now to do. Johnny Ringo. Yeah, we have now to do, man.
That's incredible, sir. I always thought that Doc Holliday was the one that killed him.
Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. Oh!
Sorry I had to ruin the legend for you, boy. But the legend ain't always true.
Gotcha, good boy.
Doc Holliday had nothing to do with the death of Johnny Ringo.
Award of choice, dynamite. That's some good shooting, boy.
I was paid a healthy bounty for Ringo and Curly Bill, and realized there was real money to be made. That's why I went after Henry Plummer.
Now, wasn't he the sheriff who augmented his income by shaking down miners and robbing gold shipments?
That's the one.
Oh, yeah, I remember him. He ran that gang of thieving outlaws called the Innocents.
So it's true that you went toe-to-toe with him?
Indeed I did, son. Indeed I did.
Indeed I did. Alright, alright, alright. The Magnificent One. Oh, the Magnificent. Gotta have the hand, man. Alright, let's go, boys.
I knew I needed resources if I was going to track down Roscoe Bob Bryant, and hunting Plummer looked like a good way to get rich quick. As the local vigilantes exposed him as the leader of the bandits, and put a generous price on his head. Plummer rallied his gang to plunder one last gold mine before making their escape, and that's where I thought I'd find him.
Always running.
It makes me nervous standing so close to all these goddamn barrels of gunpowder.
Why would you be nervous? No one has the cojones to come after us. As long as you don't light up a cigar, we're fine.
Besides, George is up there on the rocks with that rifle of his. Nothing gets past him.
Yeah, Irish.
As my late father pointed out to me more than once, God made men, but Samuel Colt made them equal.
Good shot. Yeah, boy. Okay. That's it. Guess I have to go inside the mine.
I knew that dynamite wasn't mine, so I decided the polite thing would be to return it.
Gotta give it back to the guys. Inside the tunnel. Mine. Go. We got a new secret. Like a shotgun would be better actually inside here, so I'm gonna change it. Fuck. Like I really don't want it. Okay, fuck, I don't. Fuck it. We got another rifle there. This one. This one. I'm good. Let's go. Oh, it's nothing. We're going? What? I'm supposed to be inside Inside here? Ah! Up! Then up we go! Guess we go more up. There we are, top of the world. Okay, where'd you now? Oh, all the way over there. Okay. This? This way. Yeah.
It was the biggest gold rush since Sutter's Mill in '48. Unfortunately, prospectors weren't the only ones drawn to those riches.
Fuck your word.
You're done.
There were thieves and killers, robbing travelers and hijacking gold shipments.
See you in there.
Like those that ran with Plummer. Some were just regular folks I knew from town, drawn by greed and easy pickings. Charlie Crow, the blacksmith. James, who worked in the stable. Sam and Jeremiah Barber, the butcher's son. Ordinary citizens who lived a double life. Stealing and thieving and murdering their neighbors.
I don't know where I'm going. I guess this way.
Do you know who we are?
Of course, the rest were veterans of the Civil War. Stone-cold killers trained on the bloody fields of Shiloh and Antietam. Plummer had a lot of men on his payroll. A hell of a lot.
Yeah.
That son of a bitch pretended to protect the public with one hand while stealing them blind with the other. He set up a defensive perimeter which I had no idea how to breach.
What? I can't hear you. I'm fine.
Dangerous, desperate individuals.
Gunpowder, man.
I was outnumbered and in way over my head, but I was too damn stubborn and stupid to realize it. They must have thought I was touched. Or had some kind of death wish, seeing as there were barrels of gunpowder everywhere.
Watch out for the goddamn gunpowder!
One stray bullet, one stray spark, and I'd be blown to hell and gone.
Hell and gone.
Did I have any second thoughts about what I was doing? No.
Well, now that was just too damn close.
So much fun blowing shit up.
Had enough? What? I can't hear you.
What? Give me that headshot, man.
I thought I was some kind of hero.
Got another one. Can't stand here, so another one. Oh! And oh! So much fun. Where am I going? This way? Yeah.
I finally made it past and headed on to meet my destiny.
Okay. Where's Destiny, man? It's mine. Where the fuck am I going, man?
But first,
There we go.
I had something I needed to figure out. I had a few ideas on how to get into that mine, but once I made my decision, I knew there was no
boys and
turning
girls.
back. So my first thought was to enter the nearest mine portal. I saw an entrance. Made sense.
And suddenly, we got it.
It was the quickest way in, but that also made it more dangerous, as there would undoubtedly be enemy pickets posted along the way.
I think he's scared.
Put that moron out of his misery.
God damn you!
I will drop you down a mine shaft.
Yeah, you probably would. What's this? Shotgun.
Come out, you yellow bastard!
Fuck up. Give me that headshot. Yeah.
Besides, once you enter a mine like that, it's easy to get all turned around.
Yep.
And that confusing maze of corridors wouldn't even be the worst of it.
That enough?
Yep.
Some of those shafts could be as deep as hell.
Deep as hell, man.
You or me?
A single stumble or misstep can easily end in a deadly plunge to oblivion.
Leave him to me.
Oh, that's a long way down, boy.
You must be about out of bullets.
Nope. I have to run around because this motherfucker can jump for shit.
You ain't beefing me.
Hey! None can hide. Hints about enemies behind you. Spot enemies even beyond your field of view. During concentration, markers on the edge of the screen will point at every nearby enemy that you would not normally be able to see. Okay.
I do not deserve to die like this.
What?
Time to blow your shit up.
Okay. Ah!
You ain't beefing me.
Down. This way. Oh shit, that's a lot of bombs. Gotta go.
Quick reflexes often make up for a lack of common sense. Luckily, I was never one to be easily bushwhacked.
Okay. Ow.
I would just need to be careful not to blow myself to kingdom come.
Yeah, that would probably be a good idea.
With all that gunpowder and dynamite everywhere, a body has to know what he's shooting at. All it takes is one tiny spark,
Okay, so
and boom.
None of the... Okay.
There he is.
Now...
I will drop you down a mine shaft. You can run, but you can't hide. Die!
One wrong bullet could have turned that mine into a dad-blasted tomb. I freely admit that my plan of attack was not just moronic, but clearly insane.
Whoa. Did I survive?
It's a good thing that I abandoned that ridiculous plan before I even tried it. Instead, I spotted a ladder, a way into the mine from the opposite side.
Oh, that was the last one.
It was a long way around, but that approach seemed more sensible at the time. Of course, being I had a problem with heights, that scaffolding scared the bejesus out of me. Climbing down that ladder required some caution, because even though I had a younger man's reflexes, no man can dodge a damn bullet while climbing down a rickety ladder. I needed to make a leap of faith, which ain't easy when you're suspended between heaven and hell. I was determined not to give up, however. As Sheriff Plummer seemed quite the despicable character. When the vigilantes discovered what the sheriff was up to, people were outraged.
Take that asshole out!
Put that moron out.
That 10,000 they put on his head would go a long way to helping me find old Bob.
I will drop you down a mine shaft.
Nej, jag dräpte din fitte.
God damn you!
And I had made it my mission to settle that score come hell or high water. But first, I would have to make a choice. Take the elevator or climb the ladder. I picked the more convenient and more dangerous route.
Oh, I got it.
You can run, but you can't hide forever.
Running, bro. Yellow. Now on the other side.
Plummer was a mad dog killer, and the people of Nevada City deserved better.
Nevada City? Well, I thought Plummer met his maker in Bannock, Montana.
Stop hiding, bro.
Right, well, he was the sheriff of both places at one time or another, but that's neither here nor there.
Come on!
The point was, taking him down would save a lot of lives, including my own.
That's a good thing, right? Sorry, boys. I am sorry. Oh, fuck. I always forget, man. It's like... What? Oh. So we had Mr. Henry Plummer. Henry Plummer. With all the dynamite. You.
They're gonna bury you!
Well,
in a million
this day
pieces!
is just getting worse and worse for you, ain't it?
Henry Plummer was clearly unhinged, and I could see right away that this was gonna take some doing.
You can shoot, but can you aim? Got that one, didn't you? God damn it! I need some help here! Come on, boys! Take this cocksucker out!
He's cutting us down like cordwood. Yeah, you know you can't beat me.
Yeah, boy. What now?
Why not just give up and die? I can shoot too!
Time to blow your shit up.
So that's how Henry Plummer died.
That's
Him
how
and his
Henry
crew were
Plummer
worth
died.
their weight in gold. And now, I was officially a bounty hunter.
Yeah, buddy. These nuts. Skill yet? Alright.
So, did you finally go after that Bob feller?
Well, I heard word he was in Kansas with John Wesley Hardin. So that's where I went.
Where in Kansas?
Abilene. Why do you ask, Ben?
No reason.
Was Hardin as fast as Ringo?
Ringo was fast, but John Wesley was as fast as the devil himself.
As fast as the devil himself.
Hell, he killed his first man at 15. From that day forward, he had a price on his head and wouldn't back down for nobody, not even Wild Bill Hickok himself.
What? Hickok? Okay. Be quick or be dead. Sounds like fun, bro.
I dodged death many a time, and that night in Abilene was no different.
What the heck just happened? Shoot him!
I was there with the intention of finding that bastard Bob and collecting the bounty on John Wesley.
Time to die!
Stop hiding, man. Yeah, boy. This is the same place as I was earlier. Ah.
I thought the Texas Rangers got Hardin.
Yeah, that's what they want you to believe. It was coldin' a witch's tit and a brass bra that night as I fought my way past his loyal compadres.
What compadres? Taking everyone. Ain't no one here, bro. Someone has to show up. Yeah, we found it. Yeah. Of course, man. I have my premium pistol and my good rifle. What? Whee! Who's just following that one? Okay. Where the fuck am I going? What? I'm going to the saloon. Ah! Can I say hi? Outside? No?
To the very same saloon we're sitting in today.
Oh.
Look around and imagine this place painted in blood. Hardin was waiting for me, and...
Oh. Oh, yep.
Wait, I'm jumping the gun here. Let me back up and give you some background on this sumbitch. He deserves that much. Don't you think so, Ben? John Wesley Hardin was a killer. By the end, he confessed to taking the lives of 42 men. Fathers and husbands, brothers and sons, men with families who cared about them. He was a bona fide folk hero by then, and had amassed a gang of armed miscreants and other assorted thugs. He and his men set up camp outside of town, and I was hoping Bob was among them.
Shit, it's cold out here.
Damn it! Shoot that son of a bitch!
They didn't ask why I was there. They knew. As most of them were wanted as well. I figured Hardin was here somewhere, but to get to him, I'd have to get past his gun hands. And that was easier said than done, as most of them were as foolish and full of bravado as I was. I had to spill a lot of blood to find out Hardin wasn't in that camp. He was carousing in town with his closest friends. Hardin's boys apparently didn't want me to reach the Bull's Head. Some were hightailing it into town to inform their jefe of my unwelcomed presence.
Get me!
Oh, shit.
He's wounded! Sorry, son of a...
Thought I was done, man.
Tell Hardin someone's coming for him.
Yeah, okay.
Stop that sumbitch!
Let the boys know we got another law dog.
I wondered if Bob was among them.
Got you. It was. Here. What was that? Ah. Yep. Here. But I'm going. Where? Man, I got this one. This. So now I got my golden rifle. Yeah, boy. I got 12 shots.
And I steeled myself for the fight ahead. For as good as I was, deep down I wondered if John Wesley wasn't just a little bit better. Before I could test my mettle against Hardin, however, I would first need to dispatch his cadre of hired killers.
Can you believe that?
Most of these degenerates were beyond redemption, but John Wesley might have been a different story.
Show yourself, coward!
I didn't learn until later that that night was in fact his birthday celebration.
He's out of his mind.
Yep, but still got you.
God damn him.
Yeah, goddamn.
What are you? Yeah. There he is. Can't get a good shot at him. Shoot him! Shoot him!
Come on! There we go.
You ain't shit.
Easy.
I think I already mentioned that I found Hardin in this very saloon.
You think you can kill me?
Yeah, buddy. No, what's that?
Suffice it to say, nobody there was happy to see me. In fact, I felt a certain hostility.
Hide, you lily-livered son of a bitch!
You bastard! Did that asshole just kill Red?
I was disappointed that neither Bob nor John Wesley were
Easy,
among
boy.
the dead. But that was short-lived,
Easy.
as a moment later I was facing down the fastest gun in the West.
Now we got ourselves a Jew. There we go. More for breathing.
I felt a bolt of adrenaline. Or maybe that was fear. He was well known for his tricks, and I knew I'd need my own if I was ever to defeat him. That man was faster than greased lightning. But being inebriated as he was, he didn't count his shots. And now, he was at my mercy.
So he didn't die?
No, I sent him to prison. Years later, after he was free, some restless Avenger took his life. Shot him in the back at a saloon just like this one. Anybody up for another beer? Ben?
Yeah, that was easy, man. All right, all right, all right.
Thank you, darling. Yeah, some say revenge is a dish best served cold.
So whatever happened to that Bob guy you were after?
Personally, I'd like to hear some of your other adventures. Like, I don't know, did you ever go toe-to-toe with a red man?
Oh, yeah. Now we got the Indian.
Yes, I did, Ben. I remember once I was after this renegade Apache, Grey Wolf. Strangely enough, revenge was also his primary motivation.
Okay. Dances with renegades.
A bounty was put on Grey Wolf's head, and that's how I came to hunt him in the mountains. Mountains so high they tickled the nether regions of heaven.
The nether regions of heaven.
Grey Wolf was a Chiricahua Apache medicine man who had led a war party in revenge for a massacre against his people. The U.S. Army had attacked his tribe during his daughter's sacred sunrise ceremony, and the slaughter was unspeakable. I understood his anger, as there's nothing more traumatic than seeing those you love die in a cruel and painful death. Right from the beginning, I couldn't shake the feeling that Grey Wolf was watching my every move.
Now I got.
He led a band of young Apache warriors who wanted retribution and were more than willing to die for him.
Check something top. Howley. What? Just walked around myself. Good job, Magnus. Good job. Let's have a little around. What? I get experience. Of course I'm gonna. Birdies. Found herself a secret. Another right. Another right.
They saw me before I saw them. And it crossed my mind that maybe this wasn't such a good idea. But now that the shooting had started, there was no backing down.
That was a close one, bro. I want to use the rope, man.
It was rugged country, the winter home of the Chiricahuas, and that's why they had retreated there. I admit to having some regrets about going after them the way I did. But then again, I got a lot of those.
Did you find Grey Wolf?
Not at that moment, but I did find the entrance to their hideout.
What? Yeah, easy money. Come on.
A deep crevice that led to a deeper cave.
Don't tell me you went in there.
Yeah, but it's not out of bravery so much as pure, angry cussedness.
Done. One dead, yeah.
See, back then, I had a stubborn streak a mile wide, and I wasn't about to back down.
So it was like pitch black in there?
Actually, it was pretty well lit, as they had torches on the walls.
This is the back out there. You. Now I got more. I don't want dynamite. Steady aim. Additional zoom while aiming. Hold your breath and be more precise. You will be able to zoom even more when aiming steadily and focusing on a single target. Why? That one. I guess. This one. Instead. Yarr, I got the treasure. And dynamite. I got no clue where I'm supposed to go.
How big was this cave?
Big as hell, Ben. Chiricahua had hid out there during the Indian Wars.
So one more. No? Okay. Down in the water.
They thought it was haunted with the ghosts of those murdered by the horse soldiers.
The cave was haunted with dead Indian ghosts?
To be honest, I was more concerned with the live ones than the dead ones.
Yeah. Oh shit. Boom, headshot, man. Easy peasy. So much time when you're running, like straight towards me. So easy to get shot. Bitch. Yacht. Peekaboo.
How come you know so much about engines?
A few years back, I was married to 2 Mescalero women.
At the same time?
Yeah, they were sisters. Polygyny is traditional among the Mescalero.
So what happened?
Oh, I had to get out of there. Those girls never shut up. Both of them nagging at me all the time. Drove me half crazy. Haven't seen them since.
No, I mean, what happened with Grey Wolf?
Oh, well, I pursued him into the Cave of Death. I came upon this flooded grotto, and that's when I saw him. He came to me unarmed and unafraid. His voice echoed in the shadows, and I sensed he meant me no harm.
You carry great darkness in your heart, and if you do not release it, it will claim your soul.
The sound of his voice put some kind of ancient Indian spell on me.
What?
As his story unfolded in my mind.
You will come to this place again and kill many more men, and the darkness will grow until it consumes everything that you are. The soul would have no rainbow if the eye had no tears.
He said I was a great warrior, a coyote man, unequaled by any other pale-faced warrior, or something like that.
The snakes will bite shadows of your past until a venom poisons your heart, and an echo of the song of the dead summons the spirits deep from within the mountains.
I didn't quite get what he was saying, but there was definitely snakes. And indeed, his warriors surrounded me and attacked me like hungry wolverines. They couldn't stop me, though, and Grey Wolf wasn't in the mood for idle talk. I swear I couldn't see any way out of this trap. But suddenly, one just appeared. Kind of like a miracle.
What? Ammo. Get the ammo first, yeah? Ammo. Good. Okay.
I felt like I would be lost in that damn cave forever. Finally, I found myself back outside, perched on the edge of a precipice, overlooking a thundering whitewater river. To get where I was going required several leaps of faith, but no way in hell I was turning back. I chased after him, determined to make him explain the meaning of all that mumbo-jumbo.
Mumbo-jumbo's right. Are you making this all up as you go?
A few details may be fuzzy, brother, but I am relating exactly what happened to me. There were dozens of Apache warriors aiming at me from on high.
Dozens?
Well, maybe not dozens, but there was a lot of them.
At least 3 or 4.
Well, more than that, little lady. I had a steep climb up creek ahead of me and scrambled up those rocks like a mountain goat. I was determined to locate Grey Wolf and find out exactly what the hell he was trying to tell me. And wouldn't you know it, that crafty son of a bitch led me right into a trap.
What kind of trap?
Well, son, there had to be at least 100 Apaches surrounding me.
100?
God be my witness.
Oh, come on. Who you kidding?
Hey, I believe you. Come on, tell us how it ended.
All right, but I'm not gonna drag this out. Where were we?
You were surrounded by 100 Apache warriors.
Well, I didn't take the time to count them exactly, but there were a lot of them. And in the end, a path appeared before me that I had not seen before.
What?
I followed it as I desperately needed to find out what Grey Wolf was trying to tell me. But it was like that son of a bitch disappeared into thin air.
Yes, Indian magic, man.
Never did find him.
Wow.
And never did collect my goddamn bounty. Thank you, darling. It's interesting how the truth can sometimes seem might malleable, depending upon your point of view.
Like how those dime novels make you out to be something you're not?
Jack, don't be starting trouble.
No, he's right. They do tend to exaggerate.
Did they exaggerate your part in taking down the Daltons?
Well, I was there in the flesh, boy, so I saw what happened firsthand.
The Dalton brothers.
Those Daltons were lawmen once, before they all went bad, robbing banks and trains clear across the territory. Until Coffeeville, of course. I was one of the citizens who took up arms that day.
Fighting on the side of the right?
I did my best, sir. We all did.
Yeah, but I have to do some homework. Not homework, but I have to work on stuff from school.
It was early morning.
So,
one of my friends was a local gunsmith, and he handed out firearms to anybody who'd take one.
yep. So, I'm happy for everyone that came to watch me. And see you all tomorrow. Since that's raid day. So thanks for watching and have a lovely